Hey guys, we're back here on Bondi Radio with Taylor. She's the youngest girl with cerebral palsy to climb the Great Wall of China. I can't wait to hear her story.
Yeah? So with the earphones, what it does is it allows you to listen to yourself speak.
Right.
So you want to try and listen, you want to talk into about this far away, if you can. So likewise, so what I'll get you to do, maybe Toni, I'll get you to, you want me to get you another chair? Or you can grab my chair and then I'll just stand up.
Or I can just stand, whatever.
Whatever you want. What do you
Do you want me to sit?
Yeah, because we've got how can we reckon we can do this?
How about Toni just stands right in front of Taylor, and then I'll just stand right here?
Yeah, okay.
Is that right? Are you comfortable?
Yeah, it's fine.
Or maybe we should get Taylor to stand, just because
it's
Nah,
probably
no.
easier.
Oh, it's easier to sit? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got everyone in. I'm gonna just fix that camera really quick.
So I'll get you, maybe slow.
Do you want me to push her down?
Whoa, it's going up.
So I can hold that.
Whoa. So yeah, push her in maybe, I think. That's all right.
You ready?
1, 2, 3. There you go.
How's that?
Sweet. We're all class around here, aren't we?
It's so good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
It's been way too long.
It's been way too long, isn't it?
Yeah, way too long.
I want to hear everything about what happened in the Great Wall of China. Any funky stories? You want to sit down?
I'm just gonna stand. It's gonna
Okay.
be easier this way.
Yeah, no worries. You ready to go then?
Yeah.
Hey, it's a step up from our last interview, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember the last interview?
Yeah, she said that actually, didn't you? She's
Stepped
like,
up.
it's very different from where we last had an interview.
Yeah.
And I told her the view was amazing.
Yes, and it's a beautiful day today, isn't it?
Ready to go then? So we're going to go, we'll probably start in about 10 seconds, alright?
Okay. So I'm going to count you down.
Broadcasting from the world-famous Bondi Beach, this is Bondi Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live down on Bondi Radio on the Weekend Wellness Show. This is Liam Zollo, your host. I'm with my beautiful co-host Sheena Alexandra. She's back from the United States of America. And we have got a great little guest in here. Little in frame, big in mind, and big in ambitions. We've got my young friend here, Taylor. How do we say your last name, Taylor? Walker Leah. Taylor Walker Leah. And we've got her mum here, Toni, my good friend. My great friend, actually. The amount of conversations me and Toni have had over the years.
Yeah.
Toni
How long have you known each other for?
Many, many years. Yeah.
Many, 20?
No, not 20 years. No, not 20 years.
No.
Oh,
I'm not that old.
No, yeah, she's only 19. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Toni actually was a client of mine when I was a personal trainer,
Okay.
and then Taylor actually used to come to the sessions
Oh, right.
as well. So we used to.
She was a young little girl then, yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. So I just found it so fascinating with Taylor. Everything that she always said she's going to do, and I'm always fascinated with people that are like that.
They have that
Listen,
mindset.
Just have that mindset. It's just so it's so easy when she talks about these things. So she just embarked on a great journey. Do you want to speak about your journey? Where did you just recently go, Taylor?
I just went to China to climb the Great Wall.
Wow. And did you break a record there? That's something. Were you the youngest girl? Is that
I'm
right?
not too sure.
Well, we're going to say it anyway.
I think Taylor is probably the only 11-year-old with cerebral palsy to climb the Great Wall of China at this point.
Wow. How good is that? How great is that? How does that make you feel?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
I want the details. How hard is it to climb the wall?
Oh, it was pretty hard because it was raining that day. Of course, the one day that we went, it was raining. But it was actually really fun and the view was really amazing.
Yeah.
But it was tough. It was very tough.
Very tough. So how long did you walk for then?
I'm not too sure. Maybe, what was it?
A day or a couple
No,
of days?
I think, we just did about 4 hours.
4 hours, right?
Yeah, because the rain, we had to cut it short because the rain made it really slippery.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which was quite difficult for Taylor with her walking stick, so she had to use her walker to move around. And Daddy and I. Yeah.
Daddy, that's it. That's awesome. So what's your next adventure then?
My next adventure is probably going to be 2020 Paralympics in Tokyo.
Oh my God.
So you started to train now for it?
Yes.
So how old are you?
I am 11.
11 years old, and she's already deciding what she wants to do.
And what
with her
sport? Which sport?
Swimming.
Oh my gosh.
life. Wow. So what's your stroke that you like to swim the most?
My favourite one would probably be freestyle.
Yeah. Can you see yourself in the Olympic Games now, the Paralympic Games? Can you see yourself doing it?
Yeah.
See how it is. See how
She's
he's
so
done it?
confident.
It's so fascinating, isn't it? So what do you see? What are the things that you can see? Do you see yourself swimming in the pool?
Yeah, pretty much.
And winning the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says it with a smile on her face, like it's going to happen.
Yay!
Do you train for that then? Do you train mentally,
yes.
mindset? What do you do for your mindset too?
Well, every night, whilst I'm going to sleep, I meditate.
Yeah.
And then before my...
Alice and Nancy and Toni
Wow,
over here.
that is, you just gave me chills.
Yeah.
11 years old and you meditate before you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So what's your routine with the meditation then?
I basically hop into bed and then my mum will put on the meditations on my iPad and then I just go to sleep whilst they're playing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow. Can we talk a little bit about cerebral palsy? Because I don't know much about that. I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
No, so cerebral,
Toni, tell us.
Yeah, so cerebral palsy is a condition that affects the brain. So every person who lives with cerebral palsy is different. So it could be that they have the same arm and same leg on the same side, or they could have both their legs like Taylor, or they could have both arms, both legs. They could have just a little bit in their fingers. So it varies from person to person. So Taylor's form is called cerebral palsy diplegia, which means both her legs.
So both her legs what?
Both her legs don't work the same as yours and mine. So they work a little bit differently.
Well, I mean, obviously, probably you've walked the wall of China. They're better than my legs.
So she has a inner strength that I don't know many other 11-year-olds have. So Taylor was born early, and so the easiest way to explain it is the part of the brain that communicates to Taylor's legs works differently from yours and mine's and Liam's. So yours and mine's, Liam's leg says, our brain says, okay, walk with your flat feet, straight legs, right, and just one foot in front of the other. For Taylor, her brain tells her to walk on her toes with her knees bent and struggle to lift them. So it means that Taylor will always have cerebral palsy, and she will always have cerebral palsy diplegia, but we can do things through physio and operations to improve her mobility.
Right, okay.
And you that just recently happened as well, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell about your little operation or big one?
So what I had done is, it was basically 4 operations in one. I had my Achilles.
Wait, did you just say 4 operations in one?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, girl, you are strong.
She's strong,
Wow.
isn't
Okay, sorry for interrupting.
I had my Achilles lengthened, my hamstrings lengthened, my hips. They took a bone graft from one of my hips, broke my feet and put the bones into them to help them straighten.
And you had your hip flexors lengthened.
And then I had my hip what are they called?
Hip flexors.
Hip
Flexors
flexors.
lengthened.
Lengthen. So how do you feel now?
Yeah.
I feel much more flexible than I was, and it's much easier to move around. So it's basically just much more easier now that I've had it. It did take me a little while to get used to it though, and the pain was very big, but I got through it eventually.
Awesome.
Can I ask Toni, you said that she'll always have cerebral palsy, but is there a way that, with this advancement and with advancements that we see in the future, is there a way that we can, and her meditation that she does every day and her visualization, is there a way that we can train her brain to walk differently than what ours does, but just as effectively?
Yes. So they used to believe that once it's a form of brain damage. So once you had that section of the brain that didn't work, that your brain, that was it. It would be the way that it is. Now there's belief and there's science behind it that you can retrain or rewire the brain. So for Taylor, we do physio daily. or she might just have to listen to me over and over again saying, don't drag your feet, don't drag your feet, don't drag your feet. Isn't that right, chicken?
Yeah.
And so basically what it does is then Taylor's brain keeps going, don't drag my feet, don't drag my feet. And they believe that the neuro pathways now can send information to another section of the brain, and that will take up the slack, so to speak, that the other part of the brain's not doing. So for Taylor, she's in a really good, there's a really good time in medicine and everything for her, because she's able to come so far so much more quickly.
And it's funny with that as well. Like, I don't know if this is the same sort of scenario, but every time, because I spent some time doing rehab at the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and with that, years ago, what people used to tell us is that when someone has an injury, say they had a shoulder injury, for example, they had a shoulder reconstruction. I actually remember being in the rehab group training some people, and the guy had a shoulder reconstruction and a knee reconstruction simultaneously. So that's a knee, one knee, right knee, and then left shoulder. So how do we train someone continuously while they've got two injuries? And what we found is that if we just kept people moving, it actually stems something from the nervous system. They would actually recruit the muscle groups on the side that's injured. So if you're doing a chest press on your right side, your left chest muscle is still getting activated, even though you're only working the right side.
Yeah.
Because it's stimulated. It's the muscle memory. Is there something in that? Is it similar in some ways, that it's just it's rewiring the brain as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is. I don't believe it's so much muscle memory as it is retraining the brain.
Yeah.
So it's repetitive over and over again. So there could be something in that there is muscle memory as well, but it is that repetitive same movement over and over for Taylor that helps to retrain her brain.
Yeah. Because what happened was, these guys who come back from a shoulder reconstruction, they could go in and do exercises, and their muscle development wasn't diminished as much as other people who would go in with a shoulder reconstruction and not do anything at all. So some people who would not train and not rewire their brain at all, they wouldn't be doing anything. Like, they wouldn't be doing anything, and they wouldn't be getting any muscle development either side. The person who was doing it just on the right side, you'd think that they would be getting a bulky right side, but they were actually getting lean muscle mass on both. And it's just interesting to see how the power that the nervous system has and the brain has on your body.
Right. Well,
if you keep moving.
And if you keep thinking and visualizing and meditating, because I don't know if you've read the book Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, I read it.
There's a story in there, I forget the name of the deaf boy that was born without any hearing, and his dad was pretty adamant that he was going to hear, and he spent a lot of time visualizing and seeing his son hear, and sure enough, his son started hearing, and he now created an earpiece. And it's a story in Think and Grow Rich, but after knowing that, it's like anything is possible, because the mind is so powerful. So even though a textbook says you're not going to be able to do something, it's like, who says that? Like, my brain doesn't think that way, and obviously your brain doesn't think that way.
Yeah. So what do you think that you want to achieve out of the Olympics? Is it to win the gold, or just to compete in the Paralympic Games?
Pretty much both, but also just to prove to myself that no matter what, I can still do something.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You've already proven that. Have you ever thought of maybe speaking or inspiring other maybe teens or other people with cerebral palsy?
No, but I guess I could always try and do it.
Yeah, you've got such a cute face and a friendly smile, and I don't know. Toni, what do you think?
I think Taylor, when she was in China, do you want to say what you got to do in China when you were at this school?
Oh, yeah.
I think you're probably already on that path. You just don't know it yet. No. So do you want to tell everybody what you did in China at the school?
So when I was in China, I went to a school and spoke to some of the students, and they had questions for me that they practiced in English just for my interview thing, and then they would ask questions and I would answer them. and it was just like a big, almost interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big forum, big Q&A session.
Yeah.
How many people were in the room?
I don't even know. There was about 10 students and a few teachers, and then the people that were with me.
Yeah.
So there was quite a lot.
Yep.
But it was actually quite fun.
Did you answer back in Chinese?
No.
No. But that's on our next list to do is to learn Mandarin.
Learn Mandarin.
Yeah, the
Learn
list just
Mandarin.
keeps going on
Why
and
Mandarin,
on.
not Cantonese? That more popular?
Mandarin's more popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, each province has its own dialect, but Mandarin overall is the one that's spoken throughout China.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a funny story with that one. I was best man at a wedding, and my friend is Chinese, but if you look at him, he actually looks. We always say that he looks Fijian. He's a Fijian-looking Chinese man, and you wouldn't think that he comes from a Chinese background, but his parents can barely speak English. So I was best man at a wedding, and I did a toast, and I decided to do the toast in Chinese. I decided to do it in Mandarin because we had a Chinese student living with my family. Her name was Panny. So I paid Panny $50 to teach me to speak Chinese, and I didn't know what I was saying. So she said, "Say this," and I'm like, "Okay, Gol Wai Len Zai Len Lo Dai Ga Ho." So I didn't know what I was saying, and then all the Chinese people in the crowd, they said, I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying. I could have said all sorts of things. I figured out what it was. What was it? There was two sayings. First of all was like, "Welcome to the wedding and hope everyone's having a fantastic night." It was just a greeting. The next saying was, and I didn't know I was saying this, was, "I know it's funny for a white man to be speaking Chinese." That was the thing that Panny taught me. So I gave her $50, I think, and then she told me.
That's wonderful.
She kept saying, and it's funny that now I know if anyone comes up to me and says "Guailo," I know what that means. I thought like people come up, like Chinese people come up to me and say "Guailo" actually means white man. It's like a fun derogatory term towards a white man. So I was actually calling myself a guilo on stage, so the Chinese people actually started laughing on that one. So make sure you understand what you're saying first before you start learning Chinese. Don't make the same mistake I did on that one, okay?
So note to self, make sure you know the English translation.
Make sure you know the English translation, because I was paying myself out and I didn't even know about it. It created a funny story nonetheless anyway. So what else has happened with you, Taylor?
Well, in China I did heaps of things, and we just got back from the trip, and now I'm starting to, and I just got back to school. I'm in year 5 and it's turned 3 now, so almost in year 6,
Almost in year 6.
I bet you're quite
I'm a bit afraid, almost.
You're afraid, would you say?
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah? But just going to another level, or?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah? But you've still got a good support base around you? You've got a good group of friends?
Yeah, I've got a huge group of friends.
Yeah.
I was just going to say you're probably quite popular from doing all these activities and
events.
Accomplishments. They must admire you. You must bring a lot of inspiration to your friends.
Yeah.
You have nothing to worry about. 6th grade is a breeze.
Not for me.
Yeah, we were starting to realize
6,
your
7,
past was
8,
really
9, 10, 11, all of them were quite a tough challenge for me in terms of, I couldn't sit still, that was the problem.
Yeah. So Taylor, do you do anything at school? Like, do you talk on stage or inspire in groups or?
Yeah, like if I went to say China, my teacher would be like, make a slide and then you can tell the class about it. And then before I went, my principal asked me to do a speech at the assembly, which I haven't done yet.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel excited?
I feel I'm getting better with my nerves since China when it comes to speaking in front of people, because I had to do a lot of speaking in front of people that couldn't even understand me. So.
Are you excited for high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Wow, not interested in 6th grade, but interested in high school. That's interesting.
That's a weird one. So, so with you, we were talking before actually about teenagers and having the support base around them. Do you think that do you pick your friends wisely to stay around? Do you find that there's sometimes a negative people come in your life? Yeah. How do you handle those people?
I try to just calm myself down by taking deep breaths, and if it gets too stressful, I try to walk away. Yep. But then times I can't do that, and I just get really frustrated at them. Mm-hmm.
And do you find that it's easy with your friends that can help you out in those situations as well? Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think that? Do you think that it's? I don't know how to explain the negative side of things in terms of do you find that it's bullying or anything like that? Would that get worse as you get older, or is that easier to handle? Can you handle and brush it off?
Well, I have been bullied in my past, but I found a way to just calm myself down and cope with it after a few months of it.
Do you have any tips on how people your age, because I'm sure you're not the only one that gets bullied or has maybe some low days. Do you have, besides meditation, is there anything else that you can advise?
Probably just to stay positive and true to yourself no matter what people say about you.
So beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's 11 years old, Toni.
I know.
You've taught her well.
She's an old soul, though, isn't she?
Yeah, she's definitely an old soul.
How do you think it's important to communicate as well with your family if bullying does happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
I found it hard at first because I was told that I wasn't allowed to. So
by the bully?
Yeah, by the bully.
Wow.
So at first I didn't tell anyone. I just kept it to myself. But then one night I just got so frustrated with it that I just told my parents and my family. Yeah. I couldn't hold on anymore. It got so frustrating and really upsetting for me.
So that's a great tip. Tip number 1, talk to your parents about it and don't listen to the bully. Talk to your parents. That is wise words.
Very wise, very mature way of dealing with things as well. Bullies back in it when we were at school, you had to stand up to the bullies. So I think that doesn't necessarily work because I think bullies want that. To walk away is to diffuse the situation, which is a lot more mature to do that. So very, very well done, and do speak up as much as possible. So because otherwise it gets worse. And Uncle Liam is half Italian, so
that's sweet.
If you need me to do anything, we get the Italian mafia. Italian mafia also. We can do something as well. Okay. We always come with a smile. Okay. We can do something. So we'll do something in the car park.
I think it's important. It's important for Taylor and all 11-year-olds that you have a family of love around you, friends, family, and. If this ever happens again, just you know what to do.
You have to say something about it.
I feel like you're going to become an industry influencer. You're gonna do some really, really wonderful things in this space.
She'll be writing a book.
Probably multiple books.
We're going to get Alison to help her write a book then, or she's going to do it all on herself. Yeah.
I think Taylor's really lucky because she does have Alison Nancy on tap. So whenever she needs advice, and I also have her on tap as well, so that makes it nice and easy. When I need advice for my 11-year-old, I think in regards to bullying, and it's all about standing up and speaking up. It's creating a platform for your children to come home and be able to confide in you and ask for your advice and your help. It's also about teaching them to make the decisions on their own as well, but know that they have their parents and a support group standing in the background. I think it's really important that you show your kids support up close and also from a distance, and know whatever decisions they make, you will support them. You mightn't always agree with them 100%, but you're there as their support base, and I think that's really important. And Taylor knows that she has her dad and I
And Mafioso.
Yes,
Mafia.
Mafioso and Alison Nancy and, you know, an extended family that loves and adores her. And
Yes.
Yeah.
We all do, actually.
And I think with the bullying situation, I was actually speaking to someone a couple of days ago about that, and they've actually been to jail. And they said that I said, how do you deal with bullies in jail? Because you're getting people coming up to you all the time, and they said, you know, you have to stand up to them. And he said he was caught up once a couple of times protecting his friends to these bullies, because they just want to. It still happens in those scenarios at that age. So he was actually caught standing up for his friends. So it's understandable to see how important it is to have a support base around you, even in, obviously, I'm not saying you're ever going to go to jail, or not anyone's going to go to jail, but it's funny how in those situations still that you're still going to have bullies around there, especially in those things, and it's to have the support base to stand up to those people is a necessity. And the bullies actually after that had respect for this person I was speaking to, because he stood up for his friend. It was 10 people on 2 people, so it's always good to see that you have your inner sanctum. The inner sanctum. Have you got anything else?
Well, I was just gonna say. So you've watched The Wall of China. You've talked to a bunch of Chinese
Kosciuszko, she's climbing.
Oh, Kosciuszko.
Youngest person.
You're gonna be writing a book. You're gonna do the Olympics. I think we need to get a website up for Taylor. And I was just wondering, what kind of is she too young to be like promoted or what?
We've actually, thanks to Liam actually made this suggestion that we buy her domain name, which we own now, so taylorwalkerlear.com, which is fantastic. We haven't set that up yet. She isn't too young. She'll be very monitored by her parents in that sense. Look, we have a long-term goal, and Taylor has a long-term goal to reach the Paralympics, and to do that we're going to need community support and corporate support and family support. So we will, I would say, within the next 6 months have Taylor's website up. And we'll get her blogging a little bit too, because I think she has a lot to say, and I think it's a great platform for her to say her piece within reason.
How do you find it as a parent, not being, supporting your children on their journey and not being the pushy parent? Does that make sense? How does that, there's that fine line between, because you want your kids to grow, and it's easier for Taylor because she's just like, I'm going to be doing this, but how much influence do you guys have in the background, or is it just more from Taylor? Is it like a joint conversation, or?
No, well, yes, but it's Taylor's world.
I was just going to say.
Simon and I are just along for the ride, really. So Taylor and I have a really open communication platform. I think it's really important. Taylor says, I want to climb the Great Wall of China, and I go, okay, let's see how we can do that to make it, help her achieve her goals. We don't push her, we let her lead us and we guide her, and I think it's really important. If she doesn't want to do something, my first question is why. My second question is, are you telling the truth? And my third one is like, okay, well, let's work through this and see what we can do.
So it's more about, in the lack of a better term, calling her on her stuff to show that she doesn't have any limitations. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Taylor's legs might work differently. She might walk differently. She might dance differently, but she can still do. She can still walk. She can still dance.
I dance differently.
So it's about showing her that just because Taylor has cerebral palsy, and showing other people who have CP as well, that don't let that limit you in your dreams and your goals and going for your dreams.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. Can I ask, Taylor, first of all, how did you get the idea to climb the Great Wall of China? And the second question is, what kind of mentors do you look up to, or stars that you like, or music stars that you listen to?
Well, when I came up with the idea of China, it was just after I climbed Mount Kosciuszko. That my mum said, do you think your next goal would be? And I said, Everest is a bit too high right now. So what about China, the Great Wall? And I'm not even too sure how it even came to me. It just...
Through your meditation, probably.
I don't even know. I was just like, what about the Great Wall? When we were sitting in the car, and then I went to school, and then it just happened that I went this year. So...
Awesome. And then who is it that you look up to? Any of your mentors or singers? Or?
The person that I look up to is Jacqueline Fanny. She has CP as well. She's got CP, how do you say it? Diplegia.
Which is the same as you.
The same as me, and she is an Olympic swimmer as well. So one day when I was about 5, I would say, she was in the newspaper and we put her on my cupboard, and I just kept on having a look at it. And when I was 5, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to the Olympics when I'm older. So,
she's so powerful.
Yeah.
When I was 5, I came up with the idea that I would go. And I think I am going to go.
No, you are going.
I hope I'm going.
You're in the process right now of going.
Yeah, you've got to drop the hope.
Yeah. It's living in the present. You're practicing now for the 2020. It's only in 3 years. So what are you doing? Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
what are you doing to train?
I'm doing... So when I did the Great Wall, I went through a lot of training, but to get to the Paralympics, I do 1 day a week of swim training on a Saturday. But now I'm going to start doing twice a week with my swimming school and twice a week with my mum. So 4 times a week I'm swimming.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
That's going to be great. That's some training right there.
Yeah. Are you jumping in the pool with her then?
Apparently,
yes.
That's what I have to do.
Yeah?
Yes.
You have to get in the pool?
I have to get in the pool, and I don't mind doing that because I love to swim. So it's a really nice time that we get to have together as well.
Yeah.
Have you met Jacqueline?
No, I've met her dad, but I haven't met her.
So what?
Should we put that on the list of things that you want to do?
Would that be
yeah, let's put that on the list.
Yeah.
So say it. You've got to say it now. Who are you going to meet by 2020?
I'm going to meet Jacqueline Fanny.
Awesome.
Yeah,
you heard it right here now on Wellness Radio.
She's an Olympic athlete and
in training.
Going
gold
to
medalist
gold medalist
in training.
So do you find that's important, that how you say that how you say it every day to yourself? Do you say that to yourself every day?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it that you would say?
I would just keep on saying in my head, it's going to happen. As long as I keep believing, I just got to keep on working hard to achieve it. So that's basically why I keep on saying to myself, even though I get very annoyed with myself sometimes.
That's okay to be annoyed, and I reckon we can go to another level. I reckon we can do this. I am a Paralympian.
Yeah. I was going to say drop the word going, and replace it with I am.
I am.
I am in the process of becoming of being a gold medal. Like what?
I would drop it all honestly and just go. I'm a Paralympian.
Yeah, I'm a gold medalist Paralympian.
I'm a gold medalist Paralympian.
I am.
Not in the making, nothing like that. Because when you own that title, it becomes nervous at the start, and I'm like, but I'm not. And then all these thoughts coming up. But then what happens is your mind starts to think of things of how I'm going to get there. Then, if I'm a Olympian, I'm a gold medalist Olympian.
Yeah.
What does that training look like? You know, you start asking yourself better questions, and you get better results.
And we need to get a photo of Taylor and put a gold medallion around her neck. We'll Photoshop that in, and then we can stick that on the wall as well.
Visualization. Yeah. It happened. The power of visualization. The Jacqueline Grant thing you had on your wall. Is that right? You still have that? Do you still have that now?
Yeah, we have it. It's just not up on the wall because we recently moved. So we will need to get that back up there again. Yeah. And who else have you met that wants to help you in regards to the Paralympians? Who did we meet a couple of weeks ago?
We met a Paralympic swimming coach that actually knows Jacqueline Fanny and is quite good friends with her. And the next day he said that he would leave something in the cafe that I was in for me, and we just went there before we went to our road trip to Queensland, and it was actually a Paralympic Australian swimming cap.
Wow.
So I don't know where I'm going to put it. I might put it in a frame, but I don't know where I'm putting it. I still have it in its packaging.
You could wear it when you're swimming.
No, we're not wearing that one.
Oh, you're not wearing that one?
It's the Rio 2016
Oh, it's a signed
Paralympic,
one. Oh, okay.
Australia. It's not signed yet, but that's our goal, to get it signed. And I think having something like that up is really powerful as well.
Yeah.
So I think for Taylor it is all about, having visual things for her to look at to help her achieve her goals.
Well, there's a couple of stories. Like I share a story with that one as well. The power of that one.
Absolutely.
So I saw Tony Robbins. I don't know if you've ever heard of Tony Robbins. You girls might have heard of him. So Tony Robbins is he's seen as a motivational speaker, but if you speak to him, in depth, he's a psychologist. Really, he's a I don't know how to explain him anyway. So he helps you with your mindset. And anyway, I've always had a passion to meet Tony Robbins. So I've actually, had a photo of him on a vision board that I had of him up on stage with his back turned in front of 1,000 people. And I was like, I don't want to meet Tony Robbins. I want to be doing the same thing that Tony Robbins is doing. I want to be in front of 1,000 people, teaching what I'm good at. And I didn't know what that was. But I just always visualised this photo on my wall. Every day I had it. For years I had it on my wall. And a couple of years later I ended up doing that world record, obviously the world record that we did. And it just so happened that I had a photographer there that day, and the photographer sent me a photo, one of the photos of me up on stage, and I had an air horn in my hand, I was in the same position Tony Robbins was in on the wall in front of 1,000 people. I was on the wall. Sorry, I had a photo of myself, with the air horn, with the world record attempt T-shirt in front of hundreds of people. So it just goes to show that it might not exactly happen as you plan it, but it will happen, because first in the mind, then in the body. That's how it works.
And the same story with me moving to Coogee. I visualized my house, and my daughter and I put photos on a board, and in less than 10 days I secured the exact place that I wanted to stay in. So visualization, power of attraction is very real and very, very powerful.
Because we were talking about this before, how I was saying there's 66 million thoughts go through your head in any given one day. 66 million.
Wow.
You can't retain all those bits of information. They pass through us in our subconscious. So how we can bring the things that we want in our life and block out the other 66 million thoughts and focus on the one thought is to visualize on the thing that we want. Does that make sense?
Your attention of the 100 thoughts that are being pulled down that you focus on are now being focused on what you're looking at. And that's what's feeding your body,
your God, and feeding your ambition. That's why it's important to say I'm a Paralympian. I'm a gold medalist Paralympian.
Every single day.
Every single day. I did
you got 3 years to get there.
You know how tricky this one is? The mindset works like this. Ready? I'll share another story with you. I put down a couple of weeks out before my rugby league, my last year of rugby league, I put down, I said it. It feels so good that I'm in the grand final for the team I was playing for, Cabramatta. And I wrote it 8 times a day. It feels so good that I'm in the grand final, playing in the grand final for Cabramatta. I wrote it like lines on it, when you had lines on the chalkboard. I feel so good. I'm like, sometimes I would write it like, I feel so good, and I just didn't have that energy. And then as I started writing it more, it feels so good that I'm in the grand final for Cabramatta. And did this leading up. I wasn't even in the semi-finals yet. We're still in the competition phase. We made the grand final, and I'm like, and I stopped writing the line saying it feels so good that we've won the grand final now. So I stopped writing it, and you know what happened? We lost the grand final.
Oh no.
damn it.
Oh,
So
you should have
just
kept writing.
Write it down. That's why I'm like, write the thing down, because it's so funny how you write it, and it will happen.
Yeah.
So write it exactly to the T.
Yeah.
It's like a genie in the bottle.
It
You know, you
is.
ask your genie, ask your mind what you want, specifically down to the date, and you'll get it.
Yeah. And one last example of that, you know, when I moved to Australia, I had it in my heart that I wanted to come to Australia, and there was absolutely no way that we were going to be able to get to Australia. And I put flags on the wall, I bought a book, and I knew in my heart I was going to come, and I was going to be living in Australia. And less than a year, ironically, randomly, we are in Australia, and I've been living here for 6 years, and I had no idea how that happened. I blame it all on the visualization.
You always got to blame it on the visualization. But it's funny, you know what? Where Sheena was standing, where you're sitting right now, Taylor. Sheena was sitting there, and I was standing where Sheena is, and we were talking. And Stacey, who was hosting the show, right in this studio, was saying, "What do you guys want to do?" And Sheena's like, "I want to work with Liam." We didn't even know each other. Yeah. Now it's been 3 months later, and we've got our own radio show together.
And it's a big success. We've had 2 of the highest audiences to date here at Bondi Radio, and it's people like you, Taylor, that come in with your beautiful story and your inspiration, and I'm so excited and blessed and honored to be here talking to you and talking to Toni and hanging out with you, Liam. This is the highlight of my week, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. We've got a good team around us, and I'm really fortunate that we're creating a great positive vibe. So it's awesome.
On the Weekend Wellness Show.
The Weekend Wellness Show. So I actually thought there was about 5 people listening in. My mum, my dad, my brother, Emily, you know. But apparently there's
over 1,000.
Over 1,000 people listening, so that's awesome. So
thank you, listeners.
Congratulations.
So we're so fortunate, and thank you so much for your time, Taylor. Did you have any positive last words?
Probably just to keep on trying no matter what.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. And who are you?
I am Taylor.
And are you an Olympian?
Yes.
So who are you?
I am Taylor is a Paralympian.
What happened to gold medalist?
Yeah.
So who are you?
I am Taylor is a gold winning Paralympian.
Yes. Okay. One more time. And when is this happening? So I'm Taylor Walker-Lear, gold medalist on the 2020 Olympic Games. Okay. Who are you?
I am Taylor Lear, the gold winning Paralympian in 2020.
Yes, that's what you say to yourself every day, and I'm telling you right now.
This is proof. In 3 years, we're going to roll this back, the time machine, and watch this video and see you predict your future.
Exactly right. Keep saying it and it will happen. So thank you so much, guys. We're going to go to a song now. Thank you, Toni. Thank you, Taylor.
We're going to wrap it up, actually.
We're going to wrap it up. Oh, it's 5 to 1. What's going on? We don't even. I start speaking and it's like 2 hours go by. We've got someone in the background here. So what's happening on your show, mate? Jump in.
I'm from House Society. This is Jay Lloyd. I'll be coming on after you guys. So I'll be playing some nice, cool tunes.
Yeah, perfect. I like that. That's Bondi Radio. We've got some great DJs down here, so I'm so looking forward to hearing what these guys have to offer.
By the way, I listened to Olivia today from 7 to 9, and she had an incredible show. She talked about love and had a beautiful love story, and then had an amazing woman named Mercy on, who I'm going to research and look into because she's got this wonderful story. And so I've been listening into the Bondi Radio shows, and they are incredible. So I really encourage people to download the app. And listen in, and we also have Bondi Feast here in the pavilion around for the rest of the, I think it's a 10-day event. Okay. And there's some words over there that.
So this is a must read.
If you want to just.
So do you have to read the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, must read. Bondi Feast is Sydney's favourite indie festival, and it's back, bigger and better than ever, with 40 shows, 158 artists over a delectable fortnight of feasting. For your chance to win free tickets, simply go on to Bondi Radio Facebook page to find out more. The infamous Bondi Pavilion will come alive with the best of stand-up comedy, sci-fi, cabaret, how do you say that word? Apocalyptic. See, that's right.
Apocalyptic.
Keep going to school, Taylor. Keep going to school. Apocalyptic walking tours, Alanis Morissette sing-alongs, aerobics, dance parties and pop-up foodies. The festival runs from the 18th to the 29th of July. Shows start from 6:30 p.m. For tickets and info, visit bondifeast.com.au.
Yes!
That was our first shout-out. Is that all right?
That was great. You've got
awesome.
A great radio voice.
Radio
there.
voice, thank you. Yeah, I've got a face for radio, that's right. We're going to wrap up now, guys, on Bondi Radio on the Weekend Wellness Show. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Here we go, baby girl.
You did so
You did really
well.
well, sweetie. I don't want to put those down
That's
in the way
all right,
that
got
I
it.
shouldn't.
I got it. I'm going to just close off here.
Thanks,
All
Jay.
right. You ready?
Yeah. So that's on manual DJ now. So I think the hour is recorded.
Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. That's us here at the Weekend Wellness Show. We'll see you next week, same time. Ciao.